So before we start this video off, I just wanted to shout out the Skyrim t-shirt again. I told you guys about this a few days ago, and I'm actually going to be taking this down in 3 days. I'm trying to consolidate the things I do have up on Redbubble, as well as I plan on releasing a few new winter theme stuff that is from Fallout and custom made. So again, you can only get this for 3 more days. Links in the description if you're interested, but otherwise let's just jump into the video. What's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. This is a series where I show you guys some currently work in progress mods by different mod authors in the community. You probably know what this series is all about, considering this is my 143rd episode, but regardless, you can find links to everything I'm showing you down below. I encourage you to click on those links, endorse some of the images, as it really helps these mod authors get more attention, as well as show them you're interested in supporting their work. Starting things off, we have some further updates to the Cyberpunk 2077 helmet that's currently a work in progress by Trophy Hunter. If you guys don't know, this is going to be one of the helmets appearing in CD Projekt Red's new game, that being Cyberpunk 2077. Those are the developers behind the Witcher series of games, and of course, that's not released yet, this new game, but we have seen some teaser images, and this is one that inspired Trophy Hunter to some degree in actually recreating this helmet in Fallout 4. Obviously, Fallout 4 has a very sci-fi undertone, so this helmet will fit fairly well into the game, especially if you go for an Institute or synth route. Either way though, it's a very distinctive and different looking helmet. I imagine there's a lot of cool ways to implement it with those 3 different visors, like maybe you could have 3 different ways of kind of scanning enemies or something like that, an infrared, a night vision, or maybe a heartbeat sensor or something. There's definitely a lot of cool possibilities in addition to the helmet itself just looking pretty cool, so I'm excited to see what he does with it. So we do have another update to the Sera Rage armor. This is actually the Sera Armour from Rage, the video game. This is kind of pulling on the other aspect that undertones Fallout 4, that being the post-apocalyptic aspect. This definitely looks like something that will be worn by different characters in the series, as well as we actually do have a in-game screenshot of this one, which we didn't have previously. It looks pretty badass here. It's definitely kind of walking the line of appropriate for some people and inappropriate for other people, but I definitely hope with some customization, this will have wide-reaching success. It definitely seems like something that would be cool to put on one of your companions. There's a lot of female companions in Fallout 4, as it does seem, at least right now, based on these images, this will only be for females. Naturally, considering it's coming from a female character, that would make kind of a lot of sense for this. Either way though, definitely something different. I like the incorporation of kind of normal clothing as well as some of those metal parts, and it's looking pretty badass in Fallout 4 so far. Then we do have the Technetronic PDW. This is going to be a new work in progress mod by Quad Riders. This is the guy that made the accelerator and all the different customization options that mod did have. Well, now he's moving on to the Technetronic. As you can tell by the title, it's going to be a PDW, basically a personal defense weapon. He does mention how this is only going to be a pistol. There's going to be no rifle variants or anything like that with this gun. It's meant to be compact, and although there will be a lot of other customization options, not in that category. Right now, he does mention how it's going to have a few different ammo types. Maybe one will be ballistic, as well as there'll be 2mm EC, as well as some cryo shells and stuff like that. I like the idea of this. I think it would be pretty cool to have a versatile energy weapon. Having maybe some of those like plasma infused bullets or some of the other crazy things mod authors have done, and maybe just a flat cryo version that has a tank on the bottom. There's mods that have done similar things to this, but not really in this kind of form factor, that being a PDW. Either way, looking really cool. The accelerator is another really badass weapon, so I'm excited to see where it goes with this one. Then we do have the Type 25 plasma pistol. This is one I'm really looking forward to, as I've said with all of these weapon mods by Nova Finch. If you guys don't know, he's working on a ton of stuff from the Halo series. Mostly he's done Spartan and Marine weapons thus far, but now it seems like he's moving on to the Covenant. So the plasma pistol looks really good. The model of this definitely looks like it's going to be on the same par with the actual Halo games, which is pretty crazy to say considering he's doing it for free and in his free time. He also does mention how it's going to be part of a larger Covenant armory mod, and even beyond that, actually it's going to have that unlimited ammo feature like it did in Halo. If you guys never played Halo, basically the way this worked is you could fire so many times and the gun would overheat and you have to cool it off. He more or less says it's going to work that way in Fallout 4. You could fire 10 or so shots, then you will have to go through a reload animation, but it's not actually going to be using ammo. I'm curious if this is going to have any customization. This is definitely one that'll be a bit harder to customize. All of the other ones, he did seem like he added in some kind of integration into Fallout 4's weapon customization system, but the plasma pistol is pretty structured in its design and definitely not as easy to think of, oh, just add this barrel extension or something like that. Then we have another update to Project Cyberdog. This time we're actually checking out a dog skull mask that's going to be applicable to your Cyberdog. This looks pretty cool, and actually if you look through some of the different screenshots, you can see the dog closes and opens his eyes. The skull has integration for blinking and things like that, and you can actually see how they get a little bit more condensed, the eye openings there. Either way, this looks really cool. It's definitely going to be something that's a little bit out there, but awesome for like a raider playthrough. Obviously with Nuka World, that's way more viable and a lot more people go for that. So having Dogme, but a more demonic style of Dogme will be something that's pretty interesting, and I like that we're getting that functionality. So we have some more teasers for Prydwen Skyship 2287. I showed you guys a little bit of this last time, but a lot more of the interior. Now we're getting some of those exterior shots. This is more or less going to be a new player home settlement, and as you can see, it's going to be a pretty distinctive and cool one. It's going to be your own Skyship or Prydwen. I'm not really sure why he's calling it the Prydwen. I don't think this is the actual Prydwen, but a different one placed somewhere else, although I could be wrong on that. Either way, it's looking pretty cool, especially these exterior shots. Imagine being able to walk up to this in like survival mode and beam yourself up and having this be your player home. That's definitely going to be very distinctive compared to the typical mansion or just normal shack that you do have. So last but not least, we have some further updates to the G36 Complex. This is currently going to be a work in progress by Hyper and Company. These guys have produced some of the highest quality weapon mods for Fallout 4, hopefully a weapon pack coming soon. But either way, now they are moving on to the G36C. As you can tell by these screenshots, it's looking really good. We actually just have this basic overview. You can see some of the different attachments, a silencer, a suppressor, as well as it actually looks like a scope, but a magnifier behind that scope, as well as some actual just flip up rail sights, which are pretty interesting. But then also we do have an image titled Lithuanian Parts. I know a lot of you guys have been really hyped for this one. I'm excited to get it in game. Again, these guys have consistently produced high quality content, so I imagine this will be no exception. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this. As always, I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.